What's going on YouTube? So today I'm a little disappointed because I purchased two Viltrox EF to FX2 adapters for my Fuji XT3 and they suck. The point of this adapter is to turn your Fuji XT3 into essentially a full frame by reducing the focal length or reducing the crop. You're turning this 35mm into like a 39. So you're essentially getting a full frame look from the APS-C crop of the XT3. I watched a couple reviews. There's only like 3 on YouTube that actually talk about this adapter. And I was sold. I was like, man, if I get this adapter and we use it with, you know, the full frame look and it still has IS and the autofocus works, even though we don't really use autofocus that much, but it's kind of cool. This is game changing for the XT3 and it would be the best adapter on the planet. That's what they're basically selling. That's like the sales pitch for this adapter. We got 2 of them, updated 2 of them, and they don't do that. Right now we're using a 24-105 with the other Viltrox adapter on the XT3 filming me, and right now it's set to 24mm and it looks like a 24mm. Like it does get the lens and makes it look like a full frame, but the IS does not work. You can turn on the camera, you turn on the IS switches on for like 2 or 3 seconds and then it shuts off. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys, right? So I have the Viltrox adapter on this camera right now, and I have an 85mm. So I'm just going to put it on. Right now the IS is turned off. So let me do this. And see, another thing is that this lens is an 85 1.4, and you know, it's a Speedboster, so it's supposed to drop whatever. So it's supposed to be like a 1.2 or 1.0, whatever. And the lowest I can go on this, it says f4. So right there, I was like, man, that's an issue. But even though it says f4, you look at the lens and it's still wide open. So, I mean, maybe that's just like a reading error from the lens to the adapter to the camera, whatever. Let me show you guys this real quick. So I'm gonna film. Oh, and also the autofocus, it does not work. I have it turned on. Oh, actually, let me just start filming. So I'm filming. The autofocus, the facial recognition is there. If I go like this, yeah, I mean, it kind of focuses. I'm not going to say it's good. I feel like just focusing with my hands would be better. Let me turn the focus off. So I'm just going to go, oh, why is it still on? I turned it off, but, oh, I got to turn it off on the camera too. That's weird. So, there you go. There. Looks good. It looks like a normal 85. It doesn't look like a freaking 140 like it's supposed to. But now I'm going to turn the IS on and you'll see it get stable for a couple seconds. So I'm going to turn it on. It's nice. It's working. And there it shuts off. So I'll turn it off. I'll turn it back on. And as we were testing this earlier, once you turn it off and on, and then turn it off and turn it back on, it doesn't work. So let me try to turn it on again. Nah, nothing. Didn't work. But I'll turn the camera off. I'll record that. Turn the camera off. Turn the camera back on. The IS is turned off. I'll start filming again now, and then let me focus. And then I'll turn the IS on in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's awesome. It's great. And then it shuts off. So, autofocus sucks. I'm not gonna say it sucks. It's not good. The IS works for literally 3 to 4 seconds. I can try another lens real quick. Let's try the 35. IS is off, autofocus is off. Let me turn the camera on. I'll start filming. Let me just adjust some settings real quick. So it goes from f4. The lens is a what, 1.8, I believe? Is 1.8 or 2.0?
What are you talking about?
The
It's
lens?
2.0.
So yeah, the lens is a 2.0. So it's kind of cool. It allows me to get all the way down to a 1.4. So that's nice. Let me just adjust some stuff here. And yeah, I mean, it looks like a full frame. Don't get me wrong, I don't see any vignetting in the corners. Now let me focus on the camera. Let me turn the IS on. No, it didn't even turn on. Yeah, nothing's on. Let me try the autofocus. Does that even work? The autofocus switch is on. Let me adjust it here. Yeah, nothing. So this autofocus just doesn't even work. The other autofocus on the 85 worked when the autofocus was turned off, but this was turned on to continuous. So, yeah. Another lens that we use a lot is the Tokina 11-16. So I'll put this lens on here, show you guys how that looks. But with this, we used to use this lens on the Sony a lot, and since it's an APS-C lens, we always had to film at like a 15 or 16. But with the Fuji, with the Fringer adapter, we're able to go all the way to 11, which is nice. But let me start filming here. You're able to bring it down to a 2.0, which is nice. The lens itself is a 2.8. Yeah, it's nice, but you know, there's a huge vignette, of course, because you're trying to get it to the full frame size. But now if I zoom in, the vignette goes away fully at around 15. So this lens doesn't have IS. I can try the autofocus. Let's see what happens here if it's on continuous right now. Put the autofocus on. Yeah, it's like, it's beeping and it's just staying at infinite focus. So I will conclude that it does not work. Can you hear that? Yeah, let me stop that. Now it's still going. So that was a little bit weird. So basically these are the lenses that I use. Unfortunately, the adapter doesn't do what it's supposed to do, but it does make the lens look like a full frame lens, which is great. But again, the reason why we have these lenses with IS is because there's no stabilization on the sensor, so it kind of like defeats the purpose of buying the lenses. I followed the instructions. It's pretty simple. You just download the update, copy it on. I did do it I tried connecting it with this USB cable. Didn't work. My Mac didn't recognize it, so then I tried this little cable, and it recognized it. I copied the firmware to it, put it on the camera, and this is where I'm at. I contacted them on Instagram, sent them an email. I also saw another comment on their Instagram page of someone saying, hey, I sent you guys a DM a week ago and you haven't responded. So customer service is not their forte. But yeah, this sucks. I think we're just gonna go back to the Fringer adapter and call it a day and wait for an awesome full frame camera with amazing color. Subscribe, talk to you guys later, bye.